stressing, I'm the king of the game. From coast to coast, you know they know my name. Got the beats.
You gonna my one side. You make me give number. Me no feel look and pass.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the American Magpie. We have a match review and probably the best one out of all that we've done here on this channel because for the first time, it's been a while since we played Sunderland, and this time we beat them. It's been a while also since we beat them, since 2011. And man, but before in the preview and all that stuff, we sensed that it was going to happen, that we were going to beat them. We added a little more drama than probably we should have, to be honest. They're still a championship team, even though they are rivals. Over 100 years of history, they played each other, I think, 157 times. Now we got the edge. We got one more win than them, than they did. But it was a great experience, especially happy to see the fans in there cheering and being happy. The new Mackems Slayer, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Isak. So listen, I'm gonna introduce the panel right now. I got a debutant, but he's got a great channel, great Newcastle fan, but I'm gonna leave him the best for last. As you know already, Toon Tactics TV, Philip, already in on the channel. Of course, how you doing, Philip?
Thank you for the invite, sir. I thought I was the best. You see how times change? Incredible. Thank you so much for the invite. And guys, if you notice that I've got a new background, it's courtesy of your man Chris here.
Yeah, I do. You know why? I was like, that looks so familiar. What the heck? But yeah, man, big up hey, listen, his channel is in the description below. Toon Tactics TV, great content. You can just subscribe to his channel. And you don't even if he's not on the channel, he's gonna be tagged in the description. That way you can always follow him and go subscribe to his channel, help him out. But the last guy that we got, the third guy that we got on the lineup today is none other than Jack from Toon Talk Podcast. How you doing, man? Welcome to the channel for the first time. How you doing, brother?
I'm not doing too bad. I hope you're good yourself.
Yeah, man. Great content as well. Great content. Over 5,000 subscribers. So go subscribe to his channel. You might already be subscribed, but regardless, keep an eye on him. He's doing great stuff. So I appreciate you both for being on the channel. And I want to get your first thoughts. And by the way, everybody else, if you're watching, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the like button. Keep your comments coming because we're going to read them. If it gets too crazy, we'll at least show your comments. So don't worry about it. Keep them coming. Any question that you might have, of course, just let us know and we'll get to it. But let me start with our first timer here, Jack. What are your thoughts, man, on this match? I mean, when's the last time you watched Sunderland and Newcastle, or Newcastle Sunderland?
See, I'm
your last experience.
Last experience. See, I'm a young fan. I'm a young fan. If you can't tell already, I am young. So
you're our Lewis Miley, man. No worries.
I'm younger than Lewis Miley. I'm younger.
Wow.
So
okay.
You gotta go to school tomorrow. Man, we gotta hurry up.
I have actually.
That's crazy.
I'm 2 years younger than Miley, so yeah, I was
Wow.
I would have been about 4 since the last time I played Sunderland, so properly.
Wow.
So I probably didn't watch it. I don't know if I did or I didn't. But I still remember I still remember the game 5-1 at home. Absolutely brilliant, bloody honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, obviously I didn't really remember it that much, but obviously it's all over the internet and stuff like that as well. But I mean, what a match it was yesterday. I mean, everyone was bricking it about the game the game as well. Everyone was feeling very nervous because I mean, going out in the FA Cup the past 2 years, running the third round, it's been a dreadful 2 years in the FA Cup. I mean, the last time I went on a good cup run was surprisingly with Steve Bruce to the quarter final. So
wow.
Hopefully, it's good to go to the fourth round again. But I didn't feel that nervous because I felt like Sunderland they haven't got as good as a team than they were years ago. I think we already had enough. We're a Champions League side now. We've got amazing players, and it's also a good experience for the new players as well. We've only got the likes of Paul Dummett, who have played in these sort of derbies before. Whereas we've got some new Geordies playing in this derby for Burn and Longstaff. So we had no players who's ever played in a Timeware derby before in yesterday's squad. So I think it's a good learning experience for them players yesterday. And I mean, what a day it was. I mean, Sunderland fans giving it the big one in the home end. I mean, they got smashed yesterday. They got smashed. So it's also good to get one up on your rival.
Yeah, that is true. Are you from Newcastle, from that area, from the Tyne area?
No, I'm not. I'm from
Okay, good.
Yorkshire. I'm like Yorkshire area.
Is that near Newcastle, or is it just far away?
It's about an hour and a half away, I'd say.
You can still go to the matches.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I went to the Villa one this season, 5-1 home. So
Gotcha.
that's
great game.
Yeah, great game. And I'm going to the Bournemouth one next month and the West Ham one in March. So yeah, I'm going to the two.
That is true. That is true. Philip, man, you know,
Yes, sir.
I haven't. Well, Jack wasn't available for that match preview, but I'm still waiting for your kind words towards me because I landed the score. You know, I'm pretty sure you were already thinking an hour ago. I'm going to give Chris his flowers because he was just 100% right. But I'm sorry.
You were. Congratulations.
Okay.
Very good. I said 4-0.
You didn't have to, Philip. You didn't have to. I'm glad you remembered. But, you know, a lot of people thought that it wasn't going to be a close game. But let me, you know, give me your thoughts, man, on the match.
Look, I mean, even coming up to this game, I said I just wanted to see the old Newcastle back, the Newcastle from 8-9 games ago, when we would maul teams. We would, you know, use our physicality, our technique, our strength to just take over games. We'd press, and even if they got out the press, we'd be able to recycle the ball. It's great to see. You know, I was going to say my man of the match, but I won't say it just yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I'll say it was just good to see that our midfield being dominant again. It's good to see, even though Longstaff didn't have the greatest of game. I just like the fact that he covered behind Bruno. Joe Linton did the same, and when called upon, so did Anthony Gordon. So it just made our midfield a lot more confident. And Bruno and others step up, our defense step up. It was good to see our ball playing defenses, centre backs, Botman and Shaw come up and put balls into the midfield, put balls into the forward line, and just push back Sunderland. And it was just our quality just told eventually. We looked confident. Obviously, we were a bit worried about the likes of Bruno and Joe Linton catching the red mist, but they were just cool, calm, and collected. Our midfield looked energized. It's funny what 6 days of of a bit of, I say rest. Obviously, they trained and they did all of that stuff, but they looked recovered. They looked replenished. Everybody seemed happy, and so a happy Newcastle, a strong Newcastle, is very, very difficult to beat. I always say, and people need to accept this, that last year we were the 4th best team in the country. That doesn't go away, and so we acted like it in the game yesterday. So yeah, more than well deserved.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a poll out on the chat, and I'm gonna ask to everybody to vote who was the man of the match. I want to get the candidates with you. You know, you guys, who do you guys think we should put as the candidates? I got Bruno, Joe Linton, Gordon, and Isak. Do you guys want to change anybody, or you think that should be fair enough?
Miggy Almiron, probably. I'll add Miggy to that.
Okay, we got to take one out. Bruno, Joe Linton, Gordon, or Isak?
I'd take Joe Linton out just because he played 45 minutes.
Do you agree, Philip?
Just about. If Joe Linton did the second half, he was immense in the first half. He was a monster.
Okay, so
if you had to rate him on 45 minutes alone, he gets a 10. But just because he played. Just because he played 45 minutes, I think.
So we got Bruno, Almiron, Gordon, and Isak. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So at the end of the match, you can vote right now. Vote who your man of the match is. Each of us, we have one, of course. We already got, our minds made up, but you have the right to vote. Vote on the chat right now who you think is the man of the match of this incredible derby. Smash the like button, of course. And let's keep talking about it. Let's go to some comments. Ron Peacock says, even better result when my family are all Mackems, still buzzing even now, and think this result will be the boost we need plus injuries coming back. I mean, I'm going to ask a devil's advocate question because I have to be, you know what I mean? I have to try to be objective. We play really well, but how much is it because Sunderland just, I mean, you gotta be fair. They weren't. It wasn't a competition. Or do you guys think that, I think we made them play bad, but also they shot themselves in the foot. I think their manager said that as well after the match. But or do you guys think that we are back? That our form is already fixed from playing bad games a couple of weeks ago, not even a couple, like a week ago. You know what I mean? So what is there a balance that we need to keep here?
Go on, Jack.
Oh, cheers, mate. I think it's just the complete professionalism from the play. We took this game so seriously. I mean, I'll link back to the FA Cup like 2 years running. I don't think we took them games seriously at all. You can compare the starting 11. I mean, even against Sheffield Wednesday last year, we had a lot more depth than we did on Saturday. We had a lot more depth, but we didn't take it seriously. This one, Eddie Howe, he's under so much pressure by so many fans. But he had to take it seriously regardless, because if you lose a derby, then you're under the cosh a little bit there, because you can't lose a derby. You just simply can't. But we approached this game with we took it so seriously. And yes, Sunderland were bad, but let's be honest, they weren't. From the first whistle, we nearly scored in 2 minutes. So that just showed how seriously we took it, and we did not let anything come at us. I mean, Sunderland had one shot in that first half, and not one went on target. So I think it's the manner we took into the game. Didn't let Sunderland play, didn't let Sunderland do anything in that first half, and it's just unfortunate we only scored one in that first half. And I think we made Sunderland look bad, but Sunderland played bad, but we made them look even worse than what they were.
Right, Philip.
Yeah, look, I've heard before even Sunderland, countless teams, Chelsea's, all the others, we play poor, we make teams poor. We make teams poor because we're just better in terms of our physicality, our strength, our pressure. I thought Sunderland, obviously, first 10, 15 minutes, they thought they could, I don't know why. And I always say this, if you want to beat Newcastle, the worst thing you can do is pick a fight with Newcastle. They're one of the strongest, most physical sides in the league. And Sunderland wanted to have a fight. And so when that happened, they just started. They started losing. We started recycling the ball well. Possession, our possession play was on the ball was very, very good. Our pressure, they just over a period of time, within 20, 25 minutes, they started getting one ragged, and so we made them play badly. I mean, when people say, I don't know how many people have said we've shot ourselves in the foot, we didn't do our best. It's either, I think the common theme is that they play in Newcastle, and so I think it's either. Right. It's probably the reason why we do that to teams. So, look, I think in terms of answering, are we back? I think we're definitely looking in the right pointing in the right direction, and I think you can tell that in the players, like especially last 7 or 8 games, particularly last 3 or 4 games, Luton, Forest, that wasn't us, and I think we were really, really frustrated in those games, and so I think we wanted to, no matter what happened, we wanted to put in a performance against Sunderland, and I think we did that.
We definitely don't want to be like Man United fans, that they're back once they win, and then all of a sudden they lose the next week and they want to sack everybody. Newcastle fan says Lewis Miley does his first proper derby, but he has played in under 21 derby as well. I think, in under 18s. But what do you think on Lewis Miley? I mean, we can start with Jack. He's our Lewis Miley here on the channel. So, what are your thoughts on his performance? I will say, just I don't want to condition your opinion, but I mean, I think I think nerves got to him a little bit, which is okay. But what do you think?
Maybe, but these are only learning curves for this man.
Right.
These are only learning curves. This is his proper. Yes, he's played under 21 derbies before, but this is his proper first senior derby, and this is proper first debut senior derby. And all these young players, they learn from these experiences. But it's also good for Miley to get his first proper derby senior out of the way. Probably might be his last for a good few decades. Because Sunderland, there's no chance they're coming back to Premier League playing like that. Let's be honest. Good few decades.
He'll be retired. It'll be his testimonial. That's what he was going to.
Oh, yeah. Testimonial against Sunderland at St. James's. But I mean, Lewis Miley, you can tell when he first got onto the pitch, he was feeling the nerves. He was feeling the atmosphere. But I mean, when that 09 put a proper challenge into him, I felt that was a bit. I think that was a bit pussy-like from 09, putting in a challenge against a 17-year-old when he didn't put a challenge in for anyone else in the whole entire match. Right. I think that's a bit pussy-like from 09, but we'll focus away from that. I think Miley is a learning curve for him. If he does have another derby with Sunderland, then I think he will approach this game a bit more. I mean, he's 17 years old.
Who was the idiot that tackled him recklessly? That I just felt like Joe Linton. I wish he was on the pitch. I wish he was on the pitch because Joe Linton would have flipped him a couple
09, I
times.
think. 09, that number
Yeah, I
30
mean, like,
captain.
you just
Yeah.
got, bro. You got to do that stuff to grown man to don't go out to the young cat. You know what I mean? That more than likely, might be nervous or he's not doing anything. He's not giving you a nutmeg trying to provoke you. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just I feel like Sunderland were losing it at the end.
Although we didn't have the greatest game in the world, 17 years old, he's allowed he's allowed these performances because he's so young and he's still coming through the ranks and he's not there yet. He's a proper prospect. He did do some good stuff in that match. He did do some good stuff. Got to the byline, putting some good crosses. Kept the ball. Did give the ball away a little bit, but these things are going to happen with a 17-year-old. He's not going to be Bruno just yet, but he will be possibly even better than Bruno Firmino. So he's a proper prospect for the future. He is a player that we need to keep hold of without a doubt. And he's only going to learn from these experiences.
Yeah. Jordiza says Bruno and Joe Linton were brilliant and loved the way Bruno celebrated his tackle in front of the fence. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah. He was just trying to get him riled up, and he certainly did so. We can unless you guys have any more thoughts, we can start with the scores, player scores. That would be cool to do. Lewis Newcastle fan says Sunderland were lucky to have 11 men on the pitch, especially to tackle on the first half on Alexander. I don't remember that one. Which one was that?
It's when he was Isak was like through. Miggy played him through, and he was like they were both pulling on each other, but then he reset.
Okay.
It was that one.
Cool.
I think that was a red card without a doubt.
Okay. Big up Steve Whalen. I think this is the first time Steve has been on the channel. Training day for the children. So big up. I want to give you the welcome music too. Steve Wendless, big up. Welcome to the chat. Inter Yama says worst performance on the team, but it's clearly a blip. He's had great performances all season. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's not even. That kid is terrific. We can start with the scores. I mean, the lineup. Did you guys have any issues with the lineup, or you thought? I mean, I don't think we could have made any other changes, to be honest with you. I think we're pretty limited.
Yeah, I thought it was well balanced. We kind of would have predicted that. I think the only surprise was obviously to see Kieran Trippier right back.
Okay.
I thought Livramento might, but obviously it seems like the way Kieran Trippier played, it shows that he's definitely pointing in the right direction in terms of his performance, a real captain's performance. It's just good to see the team back. It was good to see the team back, and I feel like we were talking about earlier, but I'm hoping that this will be the recovery arc for Newcastle in this January. Obviously, a lot more days off before games and training, and obviously we've got the team that more or less our first team. If you take away Tonali back with a couple on the bench, obviously you'd want more, way more. But if by the end of January we get Barnes back, Willett back, Elliot Anderson back, having those guys on the bench with Livramento and others, you're looking a lot more positive. And hopefully, you never know, Calvin Phillips and maybe somebody else from the transfer window, and then we can give a real kind of charge going up the Premier League. But yeah, I thought it's good to see. I felt it was a well-balanced squad.
I posed this question to you before we go to scores to Jack first and then Philip. I mean, Longstaff, this might be my Longstaff dig of the day of the stream. It almost feels like I do every time. But I don't mean to. But he obviously was probably, we can agree that he was a lower rated player of the pitch. Do you guys think that Lewis Miley should have started this one instead of Longstaff? Or did he opt for the experience and the born in Newcastle stuff? What do you think, Jack?
For me, no, I don't think Miley should have started. Although Miley's been one of our best players of the season, better players of the season. I don't think a 17-year-old should be starting a derby against Sunderland. I don't think he should. I think Eddie Howe did the right thing to keep him on the bench. Longstaff, experienced, 26 to 27 years old. Sean Longstaff, he's a Geordie. He's a local lad. He needs to be starting that game. Although, for me, in the derby, form goes out the window for me. Form goes out the window. It's all about a derby. And for me, Longstaff, Eddie Howe did the right thing. I think I would not start a 17-year-old in a derby. And I think Longstaff should have started.
Philip?
Yeah, they're both Geordies, aren't they? I think he was right. I think Howe just wants the old band back together. He wants his team that got him fourth last season back together. I can't believe I'm just looking at the stats for Sean. Did he lose the ball 12 times? Possession lost 12 times. If that's accurate, that's a lot of times he lost the. But I can't remember that from the eye test.
I'm glad you're reading it, and I'm not telling you because you were gonna,
so that's
think
a lot.
I rigged it.
The one thing I did appreciate and he's doing is obviously I was mentioning earlier, the intensity is back in our midfield, and Sean Longstaff is blessed to have Bruno Guimaraes next to him. So they both help each other whenever Bruno goes up. Sean, thank goodness, went back to cover up for Sean, for Bruno, which was the right thing to do. So he did that part well. And if it wasn't Sean, it was Joe Linton. And so it just made our midfield work really, really well. So yes, he didn't have the greatest of games, not at all if he's lost the ball 12 times on the ball, but off the ball, he did what you need him to do, and that made Bruno Bruno played even better as a result of that, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so we can start with the scores then. The lineup was Martin Dubravka, then you got the center backs Fabian Schär with Botman right there. Then on the right side, Kieran Trippier, of course. Dan Burn, the most powerful, and he must be the tallest left back in the world. I think he is. Then in the middle, you got Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and Longstaff. Almiron, Isak, and Gordon up top. So we can start with Dubravka. What score do you give Martin on this one? I don't think he had a lot of trouble, did he? I mean,
no, I thought he actually had a better game than he did against Liverpool. I know that.
Yeah. See, that's come on, man.
Everybody's like, he was amazing against Liverpool. If it wasn't for Nunez, I mean, look, he whenever he saved the goal, he punched it straight into the middle of the half into his box, and if it was Nunez always on the rebound, so he's lucky we didn't concede 8. But here in this game, I think he had 2 maximum free saves to make, and he'd always punched them away. He looked better, looked more assured. He claimed the crosses. I think that reverberated in the defense as well. They felt a lot more happy with him. Is this out of 10? Is it the scores out of 10? Yeah. So I'll give him about 7.5 out of 10.
That's what I have him as well written. What do you think, Jack?
I think maybe he had a better game than Liverpool. I'm not too sure. From a goalkeeper, it's hard with goalkeepers because when you give him a low rating, kind of means they had a good score, good game, really. Because it's so weird with goalkeepers. But if you give him a high score, does that mean it's bad for the defense? It's so weird with goalkeepers rating them. It really, really is. I'm going to give him an 8. He made 2 cracking saves. I mean, that second one from Pritchard, that was going straight into the bottom left. Good save, good strong hand. And then the one before, that's a hard save. Deflection, sees it late, has to get his leg in the right place to deflect over the bar. I'm going to give him an 8. I think I've had a good game.
And in these types of games where the goalkeeper is never active, whenever they do show up, it's important because I mean you have to maintain concentration for a match, and you're not even basically playing. You're like, it's easy to get out of focus and out of concentration. So I think that's a positive thing on Dubravka.
Just like Nick Pope against Leicester last season.
Yeah. Okay, Fabian Schär and Sven Botman. What do you guys think? I think I'll give them 7.2 each.
I don't know. I think Fabian Schär I think Botman had a better game than Schär. I think Schär in the first half was losing the ball quite a lot. We seem to be doing a lot of long balls in the first half. I kept seeing us doing a lot of long balls, and I'm like, it isn't working. Why we keep doing long balls? And it was always Fabian Schär losing the ball constantly, which I didn't really like. Defensively, we didn't have loads to do, really, did we?
Right.
So I'm going to give Fabian Schär an 8 and a Botman 8.5. I think Botman had a better game.
Yeah, I wondered. Maybe I'm here doing a favor for Fabian. Whether I think he was trying to do 2 things. I think obviously he was asked by Eddie Howe to make the long balls. Whether he was trying to isolate Gordon and their right back or left back. I can't remember which side of it is, and to isolate them as quickly as possible. I wondered if he was doing that. The other thing is, I don't think Newcastle minded Sunderland having the ball. And I think they just wanted to press them up high, which it did eventually work. But I don't know if that was the plan or not. That's my thinking. Maybe I'm being overly fair to Fabian. But yeah, otherwise they were both solid. again, because the midfield was working, both of our centre backs were able to push up and support, and we just clogged the the midfield and were able to push up. Yes, Sven Botman again, just solid all round. I give him 8 out of 10. I give Shaw. If I'm again, I'll be fair. I'll give him 7.5 out of 10. I think they were just both solid and not much trouble from Sunderland
that
on
is
them,
true.
to be honest.
That is true. That is true. Okay, so now these are where things get a little bit, fun, because Dan Burn has been questioned by a lot of fans throughout these past month and a half at least. So we can talk about Dan Burn on left back. I mean, what are your thoughts? I'm actually I'll go first because I have criticized Dan Burn and also Eddie Howe for putting him on. So, but in this match, I will give him a 7.2. I think he did a good job. But you guys let me know. Jack.
Ooh, Dan Burn. When I first saw him on the starting lineup, I was shocked at first, but then it clicked. I'm like, yes, of course he starts. He's that type of Dan Burn's the type of person to go into Eddie Howe's office and say, Gaffer, I need to start this game. You don't know how much it means to me. Dan Burn was starting this game regardless whether he was the worst player in the world. He was starting this game regardless. There's no way he was getting dropped for a Timeware derby. Without no way in hell. But for Dan Burn, I think he had a solid game. I think he was caught out of position quite a few times in this game. Sometimes you saw him on the right wing. Sometimes you saw him at right back. Sometimes you saw him at left back, left wing. He was everywhere on the pitch, which caused him to be out of position quite a few times. But defensively, I think he had a solid game. So I'm going to give him an 8.
Okay, well, that's a good score. Philip.
Yeah, I thought he had a solid game, and he wasn't troubled too much by Sunderland. Again, when the team is playing better, so does Dan Burn, and seemed always making himself available, acting as a decoy runner for Joe Linton and Gordon. That side was really solid. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I'm just looking at his heat map. He was predominantly on the left, obviously, where he's supposed to be.
Now, do you think? Because I thought like Livramento was going to play on that side. I thought he was going to give him that. But do you think that he did it because? Well, number one, there's a few things, right? Like he trusts Dan Burn with everything in his being, and number two, that it's a Sunderland match. So, do you think that both had to do? As far as the formula to put him on as a starter?
Yeah, I think that played into it. But also, he's a solid left back. He's got leadership. He's got that. He's also very good at set pieces. It's a trade off. If you put Livramento, you get the athleticism, you get the forward play. You know he's going to be good at one-on-ones. But then if you put Livramento on, you then miss the leadership of Dan Burn, the ability to take care of head pieces of set pieces and those things there. So. Yeah, and look, I think it was a risk worth taking, if you can call it a risk, because Sunderland didn't trouble to us. I think their main threat would have been from Jack Clark on Kieran Trippier's side, and I think that's how Eddie Howe looked at it as. And so, yeah, solid performance from Dan Burn.
James Terry says Dan probably hounded Eddie's phone all week to play. Yeah, that's what Jack was saying. But okay, so let's go to the other side. The captain of this team, I can't remember. I always have Trippier as the captain, but I don't know when the last time he had the captaincy, the captain's band. I don't think it's been. Yeah, I think it's been a while back since he was the actual captain of the team. But I always have him as the number one captain. I think Bruno and I think Joe Linton. Yeah. So that's a good stat right there. Look, he was having issues for a while, and I just didn't think. I don't know if Philip, you said that maybe you shouldn't, maybe you didn't think he was going to play him, but I just never thought that he was going to put him out. I think if you don't play Trippier on this type of match, I think it would just be tough, man, for both the players and the fans too. I mean, you want to see him.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of knocking on Eddie Howe's door, I think Trippier would have had to do that and tell Mr. Howe, I'm ready. I am ready. I know I've fluffed a few lines recently, but put me in. I think, I think he would have definitely had to tell Howe that, look, I know I'm ready. I'm here to play. And he showed it. He was very assured. Jack Clark again, who I thought from again, I haven't watched him extensively. A few highlights here and there, and maybe I think I read a scout report on him as well. So I was a bit worried about that side, but I can't remember even being worried about it throughout the game. And Trippier did Trippier things, being solid, and then also being going up the other way, just being a threat the other way. Had a really, really good game. Really good game.
Yeah. Hey, big up Robbie, man. Says just found you guys best non-UK based fan channel. Big up to you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate those words. Welcome music. Welcome music to Robbie, of course. Big up to you, brother, and I hope to see you on future shows. So Jack, what do you think? What do you think on Trippier? You know, did you give me your score to Philip?
Oh, Trippier score 7.5.
Damn, man. I thought he played better than that, but okay. What's up, Jack?
Oof, you're gonna be a bit blown away by my score, Philip. I'm giving him a 10.
I think he. Listen, I'm close to Jack, man. I think he did.
You guys missed. You missed him. That's what it was. You missed him. There you are.
Man, I think he. Listen, I think he was doing his job correct. You know what I mean?
I think we finally got Kieran Trippier back. I think he's back to his fully best. He was absolutely brilliant. He kept Jack Clark in his pocket all game.
Yeah.
Decent deliveries into the box and great leadership all around. I don't know why, but I feel like I like Lascelles and I think he's a good player. I really do. But I feel there's a difference between the performances when Lascelles is captain and when Trippier is captain. I feel like I don't know. I'm not saying drop Lascelles. He's a good player. He's definitely improved under Eddie Howe. But yeah, I think Trippier. He's captained England a few times in his career and stuff like that. He's got the leading skills. He's got everything. And I think we've finally got Trippier back to his fully best. And yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see anything wrong with his performance. I think he did everything right. So I'm going to give him a 10.
Yeah, I don't know how Lascelles. I get it. He's a great center back, but a good center back. But he's not a captain of my team, man. We have a lot. We have, Joe Linton. We have Shard could be a captain before it's Lascelles. I mean, I think we have other players. But...
Why? Because we have to remember, Lascelles was there through our darkest days.
Yeah, but
when we go like absolutely dire, and he's the only guy who gave anything about this team, and he showed a lot of heart, a lot of bravery. Had Benitez come in earlier or stayed longer, you would have seen even a better Lascelles. Again, quality aside, maybe in terms of what he is on the ball, he's shown tremendous character in those times. And even now, he knows, and we know, everybody knows that Trippier is the captain of Newcastle United, but he has not caused any nonsense in the team. We look more together than ever. I mean, he's a tremendous character, and so I'll rate him highly.
Okay. Well, you got great points. You're just wrong.
I just feel like I just feel like the Champions League matches. Seeing that Lascelles has never ever played a Champions League match in his life, and we've got quite a few, and we've got like the likes of Bruno, Isak, Trippier, who's played a lot of Champions League matches in their lifetime. I feel like you can't take a captaincy off the club captain for one game, so I feel like that did hit him a bit in his captaincy in the games. But Premier League games you can captain without a doubt. But I think the Champions League games may have took him by surprise. I mean, you have to have a lot of experience to go out there and captain the side. But I think he did a great job. He's always done a great job. Of course, we've slandered him quite a lot before. Obviously, before Eddie Howe came in, Eddie Howe completely changed Lascelles. We always knew he was a good centre back, we always did. But Lascelles, he's really moved it up a notch when Eddie Howe came in. But I don't think there's anything wrong with Lascelles. I just feel like I'd rather have Trippier as captain because I think Trippier's got way more experience than Lascelles, and I think Trippier's a better captain. But I'm not slating Lascelles at all. No. I think he's a great captain, great player.
I think we're quite spoiled. We're quite spoiled in terms of leadership in our team. I think we're very blessed. Very blessed. I mean, if I've heard Chelsea fans talking, Man United fans talking, they can't find a captain. Even they think can the kit man come on and be captain because they haven't got anybody. So we're very blessed in terms of leadership
is
in
true.
our team.
That is true.
Imagine having Bruno Fernandes as your captain of your club.
Right.
Oh man, that ain't good. That ain't good. So Jack says 8 points. Philip gives Trippier 7.5.
No, Jack said
I
10.
am a 10.
Yeah,
Jack
Jack said 10. So
Jack said Trippier can't get any better. From here on out, this is the bar.
So you can't put when you put it like that. But I'm gonna give him 8 points. I think I gotta give him some love because he needs it. I know Trippier watches this channel, man.
That's
What I
right.
mean? Yeah. So let's go to the midfield, and we're gonna start with the one and only Bruno Guimaraes from Brazil. And well, I'm not gonna say, but yeah, I think I'm gonna give him 9 points. 9 points.
Yeah, I'll give Bruno 8.5. I think again on the ball, Bruno is Bruno. He felt better. You can see that he was felt better, and you can see that because again, he knew that he was being protected behind him by Longstaff, by Joe Linton. So he was a lot more comfortable going forward, dictating the place, either short passes, always making himself available, or long balls. Always making. I do want to see him shoot a little bit more. I haven't seen him be more decisive in that final third. That whole thing with Almiron that they had, people have worked that out, and he's not. I want him to find something new in terms of how to kind of carve teams open. He's meant to be that guy. If we do get a number 6, i.e. Calvin Phillips, it is going to be expected that Bruno does that. Funny enough, the only person I've really seen put those kind of deft touches and through balls into the box is Miley. So we need a little bit more of that from Bruno, but otherwise, excellent all-round display from him.
I think sometimes Bruno's work goes a little bit unnoticed, and as much as we notice, I don't think we notice 100% because he really pulls the strings of this midfield. I think that Joe Linton is just a boss on the pitch, and but Bruno is really a tactical genius, man. As much as he loses his crap, he's very tactical, and is one of those things. And so, yeah, I give him a 9. But what do you think, Jack?
10. Give him a 10. Easy, without a doubt. Possibly one of the best players on the pitch on Saturday. I mean, see Intiyama there, 39. I mean, close 30. To that, but yeah, 10 for me, easy. I don't. He did nothing wrong for me. I don't. Maybe shooting outside the box, maybe, but I don't think that was his role yesterday. I don't think that was his role. Yeah, I think he was playing the number 6 role for me. And if we get Calvin Phillips, I think we will get Calvin Phillips. He was left out of the squad today due to loan stuff.
I can't wait to see that, by the way, Jack and guys. I can't wait to see the two of them. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I think if we do get when we do get Calvin Phillips, I'm feeling very confident about that now.
Oh, I don't think they'll both play in the same match at the same time. Man. I think one of them is going to be in jail for
no way.
No, they will.
They'll play together.
I'm just saying they're going to be killing everybody, all the opposing players every match. So one of them is going to go to jail overnight. Because, the amount of damage they're going to be doing in that midfield. Yeah, it's going to be great. And Joe Linton, oh my God.
But for me, massive 10 for Bruno. Unbelievable and amazing passion as well. They're the sort of reasons why Eddie Howe signs these sort of players. They know what it means. They know what it means to play in these sort of games. You see Bruno get out for a goal kick. I mean, you see all these Sunderland fans being salty about always celebrating a goal kick. That's the sort of passion we need in a time where Derby. That's what we need, and that's all down to Eddie Howe and the backroom staff for bringing them players in.
Enjoy him while he's here.
That is, he's gonna stay here, man. He's gonna stay here. Quick question for both of you, Phil from Lewis, Newcastle fans says, Phil and Jack, did you have a problem when you're watching it? Could you tell the difference between Sunderland and Newcastle apart from the shorts and the socks? I couldn't really. I know I didn't really, but the question is for you two.
Not at any time did I have to go close to the screen. I mean, I don't know what Goldbridge is on about. I don't know what Goldbridge calling it a disgrace. I mean, that's a bit far, but no.
About what? Well, what did he say?
The uniform.
He thinks it's a kick clash. You think there was a kick clash on the pitch?
I couldn't tell the difference. To call that disgrace, I mean that's kind of.
Sunderland had a white and red top, black shorts and red socks. We had
the shorts are what makes a difference.
White shorts, white socks. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, just look at the shorts and socks if you're moaning about it. I mean, it was easy to see.
we've beaten them twice this season already, and I know he knows what team
Exactly.
we were. We could have worn the same colors as them. He would have still seen the difference.
He was cheering on Sunderland. At the very start of the second half, he was like, "Right, come on, Sunderland." 2 seconds later, we scored.
Yeah.
He's
We
gonna
scored
wind
so
up.
early.
Okay, so we got to move on to Joe Linton. Had to leave in the second half. Well, he came back, I think. Didn't he come back? Yeah, he came back for a little bit in the second half,
He
right?
came back, went
Yeah,
straight off
but
when we scored 30 seconds
yeah.
into the second half. Yeah.
We'll see what happens with him. We'll see. Definitely see what happens. I don't like the last few matches he's been limping, and he's not a guy to do that. You know what I mean? He's always staying on the pitch no matter what. So maybe it was a precaution. I think we were 2-0 up already. Maybe
I hope so.
That was a game plan. I reckon that was a game plan by Eddie Howe. As soon as we went 2-0 up, he's off. And luckily, we went up 2-0 in 30 seconds, so couldn't work out any better for Eddie Howe, really.
Right. So what scores do you give Joe Linton? He could be a man of the match, but we had to bump him off because he didn't play the whole time. So I mean, what are your scores on that? On him?
For the 45 minutes that he was there, I'll give him an 8. I can't,
Okay.
I'll just give him an 8. I'll give him an 8. I thought he was immense.
Yeah. And he sort of kind of, well, it wasn't his goal, but he celebrated it. So that's the first one. Jack.
For the 45 minutes he was playing, 10.
Oh, 10. Oh, Jack he's giving cookies, man. He's giving cookies to everybody. Everybody's getting some donuts.
I wish he was my maths teacher, Jack. I swear, I would have.
I'll do 8.5. I'll give him some love, man. I give him some love, definitely. Sean Longstaff, he's probably the lowest rated player, man. I will give him a 6.
6.5 from me. 6.5. Like I said, on the ball, not very good on the ball. Just give it to Bruno. He said it himself. I think he said it in the documentary.
Missed 3 chances as well.
Missed 3 chances. He's just getting himself back in the groove as well. 6.5.
Oh man, Lewis is Sean 5.5. That 0.5 is because he's a Geordie. If he wasn't a Geordie, it'd be 4. But yeah. Let's says Longy can't finish this. Robbie. Okay, what did you say, Jack? What?
7.
7.
7.
Oh, you gave him a 7. Oh, okay. Yeah, to Jack, you got him.
I can say 10 to keep the streak going if you want me to.
Oh no, please don't do that.
I'll keep it at 7.
All right, we move forward. Alexander Isak, man, he's the new Mackems Slayer. You got to he is it. He's got to be 10. Yeah, no question. He's got to be a 10. But what do you guys think?
God damn it, Longstaff. I could have kept the streak going. 10 for me, Isak. It's got to be a 10 for Isak.
Yeah, I don't think it's even a question.
He was absolutely brilliant. People saying he was in Ballard's pocket the whole game. He scored 2 goals. Yes, one was a penalty, but he was absolute nuisance for him. And sticking up for Gordon as well. Well, not really like he needed sticking up, really. He had him on strings the whole game, but Isak was an absolute nuisance for him yesterday. He is just the next. For me, he reminds me so much of Thierry Henry. He really does.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes, I'm glad you said that because the way he's been. I know that Thierry Henry
even Arsenal fans. Even
the signature finish. Yeah. That signature finish that Thierry has, and I see Isak do that a lot. And they look similar, tall, skinny. Man, I think to me he's the second best striker in the league. And if he gets good opportunities brought up to him, I don't think why he couldn't keep up with Haaland's goals, to be honest with you. But
we're so lucky. We're so lucky to have him because we're so lucky that we were the only club in for him. And it happened like that as well. I see all these fans reacting from different clubs to the game yesterday. And every single one was saying, why didn't we go in for him? Why didn't we sign him? Like all my United fans going, why didn't we sign him? That's because you are
Liverpool fans.
I never really heard of Isak really before he signed for Newcastle because he weren't absolutely gigantic in Europe. Yes, he was at Real Sociedad. Yeah, he was at Dortmund, but he wasn't really a big limelight in Europe or in La Liga, really. But now he's really set his standard now in the Premier League, and everyone knows about him. And I've not really seen a bad word about Isak, and that just shows how good of a player he is. And we're very lucky to have him.
Yeah, Big Up Newcastle stance is high. Hey, smash the like button, man. If you haven't already done so, please help. It helps us a lot to keep growing. We'll move to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon on the left side, left wing position.
Yeah,
I'll give him a.
I give this like a 8 out of 10. By the way, yeah.
Hell no.
8 out of 10. One shot, one kill. Isak. I think he was warming up into it. He done, again, he got the 2 goals. Yeah, like you said, Henri, like 3 goals in the week, 3 goals in the week.
And
so
nobody's talking about he could have had a hat trick if Ballard didn't get it, he was going to get that ball no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would have been amazing. But okay, so Anthony Gordon, Philip.
I really liked how he played this. I wish he played like that against Everton. I think he was too nice with Everton. He wanted to please everybody and told them, I promise you, I'm not that bad. And then it reminded Sunderland that he is that bad. He is that guy. So I give him 7.5. Excellent wing play, up and down, even defensively. You talk about tactical. He shows really good tactical awareness. But again, the whole team played really well, and he knew his role, and he played it to a T. Unlucky. I think one time he tried a shot with the outside of his foot, just missed as well. I thought it was good. I thought it was excellent. 7.5 for Mr. Gordon.
Oh, Lewis says I forgot to play the welcome music for Jack. Yeah, he's the first time. So yeah, man, welcome Jack. Big up, brother. Big up.
Thank you.
Okay, so the last one is Miguel Almiron from Paraguay.
I'll give Gordon a 9. By the way, I'll give Gordon a 9.
Sorry about that. I've been skipping these, man. I'm sorry. So you give him a 9. Okay,
I'll give him a 9. I think if he scored 1 goal, give him a 10. But I feel like for me, Gordon, he just understands it. He understands how we do things. And I told my dad before the game, I'm like, he's gonna have a fight this derby. I know he is. He's gonna have a fight today. And what surprise he did. He knows how to do these derbies. He's played in Merseyside derbies before. He knows the big derbies, and it wasn't even a shock to me that he got in a brawl with another player and just gave it the big one. And I honestly, one of my favorite players in this current squad now. I love Gordon so much. He's a brilliant player, and he's one of the players who don't take no crap at all. I love him.
Good personality by Gordon. Miguel Almiron.
Used to hate him, but now,
he did have didn't he get into it with Trippier?
He did. He did. Yeah. Hate him for that, but don't mind him now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now this last guy, I said Miguel Almiron, he's been questioned a lot the past few games, and to be honest with you, I feel like Eddie Howe had a conversation with him. I feel it because the way he played is so different. He could have easily shot that second goal, the first goal for Isak. He could have easily, tried to score himself, and he gave that pass to Isak. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, and so I feel like that was a conversation that was had. We'll see if he continues to do that. I think he needs to focus on the team, even though he's still. You got to maintain a balance, and it could be hard because when you're a forward, you're used to trying to strike, trying to score. That you have to try to balance things out, especially if you're a winger, because at the end of the day, your job is also to create. And I think he did that. He maintained the balance. We'll see if it continues. But what are your thoughts on Miguel Almiron's performance yesterday?
Yeah, I gave. He was excellent, and he looked like he had a point to prove. His pressing was exceptional. Like he said, his assist was fantastic. He actually had his passing accuracy on here was actually higher than Bruno's, which is something else. Obviously, he forced the error for that goal as well. I think he won most of his duels. I think he won like 13 out of 16 duels, something like that. He was phenomenal. They weren't getting past him. He was determined. He was a man that was determined to have a great game, and he did. I put Bruno as man of the match in a previous discussion, but I've changed my mind a little bit. I put him and Bruno and Miguel as my man of the match. I can't split between them. So I think he had an excellent game. More of it, please.
Okay, so we got to go to the man of the match. A lot of people let's see. Let me look at the poll right now. Let me see where it's at. So it's kind of divided. 29% vote the Bruno, 29% vote Almiron, 29% vote Isak, and 14% vote Gordon. So
Wow.
it's pretty divided.
Split.
It's
Three
pretty
way
divided.
split.
But
Ooh.
no, man, no. This is we're not gonna do this 10 game you're doing. We gotta vote. Somebody's got to win, Jack. I'm sorry, man. You got to be the bad guy one day.
I had it in my mind days
Oh,
right
your
after the
mind's
match.
been made up.
Oh, mine's
Yeah.
been made up the whole time.
Okay, so let's go with.
Mi-
What do you think?
Miggy gets a 10. Also, Miggy gets a 10. And yeah, Miggy is my man of the match without a shadow of a doubt.
Big up, man. Big up, Miguel Almiron, man. Yeah, that is a good one considering where he's coming from. In this last couple of matches, it is a big deal to make a comeback. In Jack's opinion, and a lot of the people's opinions as well. I see the chat, so a lot of people are saying 10 for Miggy, 9 for Miggy. I mean, he in this game he was back, but also I will say some of the comments are in a sense they're not fair because they say because of this Sunderland team, right? But I mean, all of these guys played against Sunderland, so we can't just say we can't be having that double-edged sword on just one player. So I think this could be a good turnaround point for Miguel Almiron. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah,
but
I
yeah.
agree.
Okay, so Philip, who's your man of the match, man?
I'm gonna stick with Bruno, but just yeah.
Hey man,
Just,
don't be apologizing, man. Just say it with your chest.
just no, because it comes down to preference because Miggy had the better passing accuracy, had the assist,
Right.
and all those things. So someone is more than justified to say Miggy. And the only reason I'm saying Bruno is because for me, when Bruno plays well, it's because the team played well. And so that's what it means to me when Bruno's played the way he's played, and so when he's able to dictate the play, and so that's why I give it to Bruno. But it's almost I don't feel justified in doing that necessarily because Miggy Miggy had the better game, but I think when Bruno played well, it's because the whole team played better. That's my justification for it.
Okay. So you said make
Bruno.
Miguel, I'm sorry. Bruno Guimaraes is the man of the match. Yeah, I think Bruno, for me, is going to be Bruno 100%. I think that his work goes unnoticed, and I think that he is the heart of that midfield. I just wish Joe Linton would have stayed longer because I think he really
Yeah.
he wanted to stay too because he came back. He could have easily just told the guys that listen, I'm not fit, but he wanted to get it done. It's hard to say though. It's hard because we all of us mentioned everybody else other than Isak, and he scored 2 goals. Could have had a hat trick. He was the renowned Mackems slayer, and it's crazy. But the guy that scores 2 goals in the derby, he's got 29% of the votes. I mean, people are voting for him, but it's not like a set in stone type of answer. But I think that, like you guys said, Isak is a terrific player, and we just need to have a backup for him. I don't know what Callum Wilson's still battling his whatever he's got going on. I don't even know what's his problem right now, but
calf problem.
Calf is a calf.
Yeah, I mean he's gone to Dubai, but I suspect because he went there with his family. I saw from the picture that I saw, and I suspect that he's trying to win them over and say, "How about moving to Dubai in the summer?"
Yeah. He does personal training over there in Dubai.
Yeah.
He does personal training with a bunch of people. So he's going there to get some warm weather training, and he'll be back for Aston Villa, I think, hopefully.
Yeah. Lewis says technically it's not man of the match because actually should be player of the match because of gender. The men play this match. It's not the girls didn't get to play. I mean, come on, Lewis. Come on, brother. Just only men were allowed. But anyways, let me go to some comments right here. This question, Jordy, she says, does anyone know when Barnes is
end of January? Hopefully, they're looking at him for end of January.
Yeah,
man, he is a player that we need, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
him, Elliot, and Willock.
Now Barnes could play for Gordon, right?
And Gordon goes to the right.
Oh, you're gonna take Almiron out?
Yeah.
I don't think Almiron's very consistent. I think.
Yeah.
He's not consistent enough. Right now, he's playing good, but I think give it a few months and he'll be back down to where he is again. I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be negative, but that's just being a Newcastle fan. We used to these sort of things happening. So
Yeah.
but not the minute we're not in the past few years we haven't. But this is just the sort of thing. I think Miggy. I think his time will come up eventually because I don't think Miggy's there to take us to the next complete level. But he's good for now. But
do both any of you think that his days might be counted? Not this January, but at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think we need an upgrade on Miggy in the summer.
Well, he doesn't have to be a starter. You can bring in somebody to play, like a Barnes or somebody.
Maybe, but I think we can get some money for Miggy. I think we can get some money for him. It's not just about selling the. So we need money really. It's all, but football's a business nowadays. Everyone, I think we need to understand this. Football is a business, and I think we can get some money for Miggy. But Kudus, who plays West Ham, would have been a brilliant upgrade on Miggy. Diaby, who plays for Villa, brilliant upgrade on Miggy. We need someone who's got a more consistent end product on the right. I think we can do that this summer without a doubt. If we get Europe.
Entry amount says Trippier's header back to Dubravka was vintage trips, hard angle, running backwards and reaching. That was the play against Chelsea. He should have done that.
Yeah, I just wish he did that.
He should have done that. When I saw that, I was like, man, he should have just done that against Chelsea, and everything it would have been different. Lewis says we're still having problems. We're not shooting outside of the box. We did a couple of attempts, but still not good enough. We're trying to walk into the box.
I think most teams are like that. I think the people are. I think people were talking about earlier in terms of how systems are played. A lot of people, unfortunately, I don't know, unfortunately or not, teams are looking at statistics and what's the likelihood of people scoring outside the box is very low, as opposed to being in the box or whatnot. So Newcastle aren't the only ones that are guilty of that. I think probably the top 6-7 teams are all guilty of that in terms of doing that. So, and that actually contradicts myself when I said, why doesn't Bruno shoot a lot more? So that might be the reason. But I think we would like to see more of it. But you know, I think players have been told to not shoot outside the box as much, which is a shame.
Yeah, that is true. So just to finish up on some thoughts on this tournament in particular. I mean, the FA Cup is probably the oldest tournament.
It's the oldest,
the history of football. It's got a lot of prestige. You got idiots in the Arsenal camp saying that they got bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean? That you only say that when you get eliminated. You know, if you're still going, then you know what I'm saying. And if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm not going to get into that. But like you won, I think you have the most FA Cups. If that's what you need to fall back on, you're going to say that it's not a big deal. Like, bro, you ain't won nothing else other than FA Cup. So you need to really, big up that trophy every chance you get. But listen, I think any trophy is good in sport, especially for Newcastle United fans. We haven't won since when, Philip? You were 3 when that happened, when we won?
67 years ago. If I was 70 years old, why not? Why not?
I had to do that one. Man. Oh man, but I mean, it's been a while since we won anything, of course.
Yes.
And I think that I think we are a big club. I think that when it comes to this Big Six nonsense, we can compete with Spurs anytime. They won a cup as well in 2008, I think. But if you're really looking in depth, I mean, is that going to be enough for you? Think Spurs are a lot bigger than Newcastle? I don't think that at all. I think that if we had Arsenal as a rival, we would be in the conversation a lot more often. We just don't have anybody, and we don't need to. We have a great fan base. We have a great team, a great history, and but we do need to win. I think that we need to win, soon. And I think that. What are your thoughts on this FA Cup? Is it possible? I mean, nobody thought we were going to get to the finals of the Carabao Cup, which is similar. I mean, it doesn't have the same history, but it's similar.
Just to confirm, the fixtures haven't been for the full round. They haven't been done, have they? Because I
saw tomorrow night.
Okay, because I saw it was a prank. Then somebody said, "Oh, we've got Liverpool at Anfield." I'm like, "Oh, not again." No. Okay, fine.
But don't test them. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked after what they've done to us at Carabao Cup.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I think Newcastle taking every competition seriously, and I think we've learned a lot from Champions League and from the League Cup. like I said, I really feel confident that this is going to be our recovery arc in terms of the squad, the mental and physical fatigue, and I think that hopefully one or two players in the transfer window would also help with that, and I think we'll be better equipped to take on anybody. I'm not really fearful of any teams. I feel like as long as Newcastle can be Newcastle, in terms of how we play and what we do, I think we can beat anybody on our day. And so, yeah, go on.
Is it the same format as like they have to draw the whoever is at home and away, or is it the same as the Carabao Cup? Well, I hope so. You know, we get something like in our way, and we can actually play at home. One like the Carabao Cup, we played away every. I don't even think we played at home at all. Did we?
We played Man City in the first one.
Okay, Man City. I think there's a hand in there that's not doing us, you know, a lot of favors.
Maidstone at home, I want Maidstone at home.
Yeah, you know, I can't wait. Listen, we need to be playing Bolton. We need to be playing. Who else made it? You know, we need to play all those weak teams, man. Come on. You know, they gave us the whole Big Six, I think, last at the Carabao Cup. You know, what's up with that, man? You know what I'm saying? Come on,
Chelsea Big Six. Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, they're Big 10 right now, or big whatever it is. King Plum says, "Why is Dan Beller not on the?" He scored one and gave away a penalty. True Mackems Slayer. Big up, big up. I think it's the first time you're on the channel, man. Big up to you. Welcome, welcome, King Plums, man. Listen, you know, any final thoughts before we go? We have what's our next fixture this weekend? We play. Oh man,
Man City.
Man City. Yeah, it's a home time. I'm looking forward to it in terms of what we can do. Like Man City are different in their pattern of play compared to Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool more transitional, more, you know, are willing to be a lot more direct. Man City prefer a more slower build-up, which suits our team. I think our team's on a recovery in terms of, like I said, mental and physical fatigue. We're getting better. I think the win against Sunderland again reminds us that, you know, we're a very good team and we can put teams to the sword. I think Eddie Howe will use different tactics to the ones that he used against in the Etihad. And I'm really, really looking forward to this game. I'm really, really looking forward to this game. Absolutely.
Yeah. Sir Monkey Suit, big up to you, man. Big up. Please subscribe to the channel. Welcome. Big up to you. He said, "Don't end it now." We got the most viewers right now live, man. We're like, man, you gotta show up late. You gotta subscribe, smash the like button, and of course, get the bell. That little bell is gonna tell you when we're about to go live. 30 minutes. Usually, it's 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time and 11 p.m. UK time. It's usually that time. We really don't change it much. Philip, Toon Tactics TV, is always on here. Hopefully, we get Jack more often. This is his first time, and he's got a great channel. Of course, both of these guys subscribe to their channels. Link in the description below. You know, you don't have to go. You don't have to do it. Do anything else. Just go to their channel, subscribe, and of course, subscribe to this one. We got to call it off, man. Sorry, Monkey. You know, these guys, it's what time is it in the UK? Like midnight? Yeah, man. You got Jack. He got to go to school. You know what I mean? He got to iron his uniform. You know what I mean? I don't even know if they use uniforms in UK, but like that's you got to iron the uniform, man. Come on, man. You know, and Philip too. You know, he got to go to school tomorrow. But anyways, big up to everybody. Of course, you know, smash the like button on your way out. Of course, subscribe, share it with all your Geordie friends, Newcastle fans. Regardless, I appreciate you, of course, for all the support. We're still growing, a little bit at a time, but we're growing. So big up to everybody. We will see you on the next one.
God bless, guys.
Peace out.